I watched it, yeah.
On the Family Matters doc,
I heard about.
So he was an
I think
asshole.
I might have seen a piece of it.
Laura, and anybody else that they put a mic in front of spoke to their experience working with Jaleel White.
What's up everybody and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. Actor Jaleel White, who became famous for his character on the 90s ABC sitcom Family Matters, says in a new interview that he wasn't welcomed by the cast of the show. He looked back on joining Family Matters as a child star and how his adult co-stars reacted. He was initially cast for a guest role, but he said the reception to him during his first table read was so good that he was hired for the full season soon after. He would then continue to appear on the show until it ended in 1997. His actual words were, "I didn't see how I was stepping on anybody's toes or taking anybody's shine." He went on to say, "And I don't need to rehash that with the adults over and over again. They know what it is."
Instagram.
Has anyone here actually seen the Family Matters doc?
Yes.
No.
We watched it.
That's y'all.
Well, a different time.
I watched it, yeah.
On the Family Matters doc,
I heard about.
So he was an
I think
asshole.
I might have seen a piece of it.
Laura, and anybody else that they put a mic in front of spoke to their experience working with Jaleel White. They said his part wasn't supposed to be a real part.
Yep.
He came in, knocked it out the park, quickly became a star and the centerpiece of the show. And once that happened, got real buddy with the execs and gave everybody his ass to kiss, from "Why are you parked in my spot?" to "Hey, can you do the fucking part right or get the fuck out? You can lose your job. Stop playing with me on here." That's how they depicted Jaleel White on that show. I mean, on the doc. Very different from all the "did I do that" shit that we know about. And
let me ask you a question real quick. How many other Family Matters characters had a cereal, a doll, a cartoon, and all this other shit named after them?
A show after that?
Yeah. He was the draw. He was the show. So with that
don't mean that you have to treat people a certain way.
Yo, we sometimes we champion that shit. Yes, we do. Sometimes we champion it. I don't think it's right, period. But there are times that we champion it. That's why I brought it up. Like if I'm the draw, I don't.
So let's go through it.
I don't think it's right. I'm telling you, I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right because you a star to mistreat people. I don't think that shit is right. Period.
Yeah, well, hold up. I do want to reply to you because I agree with you. Sometimes we do champion it. I agree with you, but I want to reply to that. I would be championing this if Jaleel White left Family Matters and continued to ascend. Right. Then I would champion it.
I bet you $1 to a donut when he was going through that.
I don't know what.
I never heard that.
It's a phrase.
That's some slave line. You're taking black power shit to another level.
I swear that was like in a movie. Like
when he was look, when he was being Urkel, and we remember the impact that show had. Dog, he would have never thought that would have been his last meaningful role, right? So he was in the middle of his stardom. He didn't know that he wasn't going to ascend.
a lot of people could have forecasted that wasn't going to happen because he was typecast like a motherfucker.
What I'm saying,
wait. I don't feel like that's. How's that relevant? It's on you to decide whether you got the winning poker hand or not.
No, you said, you would have agreed with his attitude if he would have continued to ascend. I'm saying that he didn't know he wasn't about to be.
Then you're not him.
Fucking Eddie Murphy.
Then you're not him.
But on that show, he was.
You're not.
He thought he was.
That show is over and you're done. You're not him.
You're no longer him. Yeah. He was him. He was him. We're not gonna say you're not him. Yeah, true. You were him.
Stop.
Now you're not him
to me.
no more.
Let's
I know what you're
saying. Let's have it out because this is, in my opinion, this is back to our Ghost 50 power conversation. You're not him. The people that wrote the character is him.
No. You going too far.
You still had to deliver that character.
No, we got that part.
Exactly
Jaleel White,
because again,
let me talk. You also had to deliver after that character, Jaleel White. If we're talking about Jaleel White and not the character, then it's your job to deliver after that as well, which he did not.
How do you know
that
though?
could also be because
I have eyes and I've been alive. We could Google it.
Joe,
we
that's
can
not
see.
fair.
But
that could be because he did the character too well.
I was gonna say, do you understand the process of typecasting? Like how insidious it is and how stuck you get.
That's why I told y'all I would charge close to 9 figures to appear at anything Trump related, because it's our job as him to decide whether you're being short-sighted and you taking a whole lot of money for some shit that's going to long-term affect your bottom line. So I don't give a fuck about that shit. What was happening with him on Family Matters. Jaleel White's job is to get shit cracking for even when the show was over.
Look at Will Smith.
And he never did.
Yeah. Look at Will.
He never did. It's over. So when I hear the stories of Kobe, because you're right, I champion Kobe. Kobe in high school was that. Kobe at the All-Star game was that. Kobe and when the Lakers missing everything was that. You that along the way everywhere you go. Same for the people that I hold in that high regard. I like arrogance. Steve Jobs, I like it. There's certain people I accept the arrogance from. If you cannot deliver past whatever that window was where you was delivering, then I don't want to hear that arrogant shit. I don't want to hear it. That's me.
But is he still arrogant now, or was that arrogance in the time?
He was arrogant at the goddamn BET party.
Was the show still on the air though?
So here we have Jaleel White being approached by Netflix because the Full House reboot was a huge success.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now they stepping to him about the Family Matters reboot. I'd like to play for y'all what he had to say. No, let's bring it to the top.
Somewhere around 2013, 2014, I was approached by one of our former producers that Netflix had interest in doing a reboot of Family Matters on the heels of Fuller House having done so well. And that didn't make any sense to me. I didn't feel that it was right for us to have to copy what Full House had done to fit inside someone's business model to capture the magic that made our show make sense. What I imagine for any reboot effort would be inspired by what really happened. How Family Matters came to pass is actually a greater story than what was made up inside the show. Going on to a show that was never intended for me to be the star of, making it last for 9 years, growing up on a studio lot and in public school at the same time, that to me was the greater story that needed to be told for today. When I pitched that to one of my former executive producers, all he had to say to me was, Jaleel, nobody's interested in your memoirs. But here we are 12 years later, and I think there's some people that might be interested in those.
Fuck your book, nigga.
Nobody wants to hear your book.
He's promoting the book. He wrote a book, yada, yada, yada. Fuck him.
They're not interested in it.
Did y'all hear that clip the same way I heard it, or y'all receiving it different?
I must have.
How'd you hear it? I don't understand how you heard it.
That he really didn't give a solid fuck about anybody else involved.
That everything they said in that Family Matters doc sound like it still stands.
I don't like that.
Netflix and all that they are step to you about one idea. The reboot of this show, which includes other people. Your arrogant ass says, scratch that, I'm not into that. If you do a show that's based around what really happened, which was my ascension and my ascension only, then I'm down. Get this nigga the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck out. I'm sick of him now. Go away. I can like Urkel and I can like Stefan and not like Jaleel White. Enough of him.
Yeah, I think your analysis is right on point. I think, and I did see the doc, and I know some people on the cast, and they all say the same thing. I think he is who they're describing him to be, and that's probably why his career didn't go everywhere it could have gone, in addition to the fact that he was just deeply typecast. And this happened before, and this happened in the 70s too, with Good Times. It was the same thing. They had a great black family story.
What happened ish with Good Times, yo? Go ahead, Mark.
Yo, you're never gonna be serious.
What? It did happen with Good Time. I wasn't there. I wasn't born. That was these two niggas.
Where it was like we're gonna have this story about this black mother and father in the projects who were trying to have this great family. And with Family Matters, it was about a working class version of the Cosby Show, right? We're going to have the Cosby Show's here. Now we're going to make a Chicago working class version, spin off of Perfect Strangers. Same idea. It's about the family. And in both cases, JJ pops up.
JJ got typecast.
Right. JJ got typecast. And the executives were like, the white people in particular love to watch JJ go dynamite more than they want to hear about the dad saving Michael from the Satan's Knights or whatever. Yeah, exactly. And then he goes to your head, and by the end, JJ had his own area. He didn't talk to nobody else. He didn't fuck with nobody else. And just like Urkel, JJ ain't done shit since.
True.
You know what I mean? It keeps happening over. They keep making these people, turning them into monsters, and then we'd be surprised at what the outcome is.
No, they pick people.
Well, that's not true. Because JJ had the role as
they
Hove.
can turn into monsters.
You said he had the role.
Yeah, this nigga
As
played
what?
as Hove. He did. This nigga stupid, yo.
Wow.
In what?
I hear what he said.
In one of the spoof videos when they were shooting at
You said he had the role as Hove. Wow.
They had him as Hove.
Well, if in 1978 I had a show, and then I play Hove in 2000, and what was that?
That's a successful career right there.
You know what I mean?
Dripping with sarcasm.
But dog, to your point with regards to him, I was on board with everything he said until he said, "Yo, I was in high school. I was doing this. I was doing that. So let's make it about me." I thought it was just some creative differences that he saw, or he had a potential idea when he said, "Yo, I was in high school. Let's make the story be about me and what I went through." Yeah, kick rocks.
Because Full House, why we gotta copy them?
The whole show is a copy.
But I mean, a lot of shows are coming back and doing reboots of Frasier, like a lot of really successful
he's saying
shows.
we don't necessarily have to follow their model in the reboot.
Yo, we're not coming to you